Hello and welcome to Reviews. As always, I'm Plume Noir, and this caught my eye. Technically, this came out last week, and it caught my eye as I was perusing the bookshelf. And I'll be honest, there was one thing about it that caught my eye. Wait, I'm a boob guy. It was actually the logo. Um, I didn't realize, at first what it said. I just kind of saw the logo and I realized, oh, the Superior AOC. And I noticed the Keen Spot. That's a company that does those Trump Titans books. And I think I picked one up and kind of flipped through it. Um, they're supposed to be political parody books. Now, granted, I haven't read one. Like I said, I picked up a Trump one. It was the one that's supposed to look like the She-Hulk, and I'm a big She-Hulk fan. It caught my eye, so I kind of picked it up and I flipped through the pages. I didn't even really read it. I just looked at the art, and the art was pretty bad. So I put it back. But this caught my eye because I remembered, oh yeah, that AOC comic was supposed to come out. What was it? What were they calling it? New Party Who Dis? Whatever the phrase is. I think that already came out and I completely missed it, but I don't really think I missed it. And as someone who actually lives in one of the districts covered by the squad, yay. Um, I don't have a high opinion. I'm going to be honest. So, go ahead, downvote all you want. I try to be fair, but I've said I'm not a big fan of AOC. And so I saw this, I'm like, okay, if they're going to be a parody, are they going to make fun? Where is this going? Um, and yeah, actually, the reason why this caught my eye, because it took me a moment before I realized, oh, that's a skyline at the bottom, and are these supposed to be like moon craters, like as if each letter is the moon in the sky? At first, I thought it might have been bats flying through, but not sure what this line and this line. Anyway, it caught my eye because I thought it looked kind of like spray paint or something. Um, so yeah, the Superior AOC, and yeah, the cover, you're not going to get this kind of art. They did have, I think, was it an alternate cover? I don't want to go too far here, but oh no, that's the next issue's cover. Actually, it's not bad. Yeah, it's for a smaller company, lower budget book, I guess you could say. Lower budget being still $5. Um, so what does this $5 get you? So, hard hitting political commentary, political satire. I'm not sure, really. I'm really not sure. As someone that does follow politics, I don't talk a lot about it on my channel because I still come from the old school that you could be to the left and you could be to the right and still get along. You can disagree about politics, you can find common ground, you can compromise. But I have friends on the left, friends on the right. I get along with them fine because political beliefs aside, they're still friends. And at this point, that's out the window. That's just not possible these days. Anyone, just some people, anyone to slightly to the right of Stalin as a Hitler and vice versa. It's a mess right now. So I try to shy away a little bit from politics, but I couldn't resist this, and I figured, who else is reading this? I might as well share my misery. Could probably go through this really quickly. Um, so it starts off with you think what you're going to get here is, the Bronx, New York City, October 13th, 1989. Extraordinary child is brought into the world in an entirely ordinary way. It's a girl. Oh crap, I dropped another baby. So you think that's where this is going to go? Not really. So we go to 2006 when she's in high school. Now she's about 17. And she's doing a science experiment, complaining about, how am I supposed to win the Intel Science Fair if you idiots can't keep the fertilizer with the potassium 40 in it out of the refrigerator? and then she dumps it and spins it on herself, spills it on herself, and oh, now I got a radiated roundworm all over me. One thing about this I noticed is she's 17. Why is she drawn like a child? You know, I'm not even talking about they're not giving her boobs and everything. No, she is drawn with more child proportions. Because, as it says, this is 2006. 2 years later, as you can tell, she's obviously a woman now. She's about 19. Um, and she suddenly hit puberty at the age of 18. Okay, whatever. Um, so she's interning with Ted Kennedy, um, which is kind of funny because some of the spots here you see they're trying to draw her like on model, and it's not good. It's she has that crazy look that she always has. Um, they only do it a couple times. The art on this is not that great. Um, there is a funny line in here. There is a panel, if you follow politics, maybe you'll get this joke where Kennedy says to her, I'd like to thank you for your hard work here lately, and I was thinking of taking a drive down by the river this evening if you'd... no, thank you, sir. It's, I, I, I genuinely laughed at that, I'll be honest. Hey, I got that reference. So anyway, Kennedy gives her this spider thing that it was in the DARPA garage sale, and yeah, it's like Otto Octavius's spider arms that he wears as the the Superior Spider-Man, which her costume is kind of reminiscent, more though, of the Superior Octopus with the color scheme, which I'm gonna be honest, this costume you only see the back here. Actually better than the Superior Octopus costume. I said I didn't like that outfit, but anyway, we see her amassing her Twitter followers. Her boyfriend Riley is a body pillow. So he got me into this thing called Twitter, and I think it's going to be a really big deal. Ever since I joined, I've been feeling really good about myself. And she's got the spider arms from the thing on her back. Got her bartending gig here. 16 hours on my feet, and I feel fantastic. Another little bit is, remember during the 2016 when Bernie was trying to get the nomination before the Democratic primaries, he was doing the speech and the bird landed on the podium. They make a reference that that's actually AOC's doing. I feel like I could do anything. How many birds does that make? I don't know. I've lost count at 15. And if she goes to Flint for some reason, when she has 115,000 followers. You want people drinking dirty water? How about you trying some? Okay, let me get this. So, okay, whatever. So she's getting more power and everything, and then she wins her seat. This is about, except for that one panel, when they actually try to draw, like, the artist tries to do, like, a real style, makes it, Alexandria look like who she's supposed to. It's very creepy. I mean, this looks like a couple trans people next to her, which, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that, YouTube. You got that? Nothing wrong. But the art style, the artist does not, should stick with this more cartoony style. So, once she, even though she has the, I guess, roundworm power and the thing on her back, it's only after she, gets elected that she becomes, the superior AOC. With great responsibility comes great power. I'm not really sure what they're trying to go for there. So once she gets to her office, she swings around various places in DC and realized that they're all closed for whatever reason. Which, kind of, government shutdowns and everything. And then she gets into a Twitter fight with Ben Shapiro, which is kind of important. So when she responds back, they have Fox News, twisting her words against her. The message might be horse crap, but I have to respect the response time. So she sees something going on at the IRS with dreidels all over the floor for some reason. and then you see Jews busting into the IRS server. Uh, so they break in, and you see the boss guy. And I bring this up because I think it's so weird, this whole Jewish thing. You see he's got the menorah, that they're breaking into the locks with the menorah. Their guns shoot dreidels. But basically, this is Ben Shapiro. He's the head of this. And I think that's why they're going with the whole Jewish thing, because would you know this is Ben Shapiro? I mean, not that you would know that this is AOC. I mean, you'd be able to tell from, I think from that, you figure out who this is. Maybe even from that, but I know what Ben Shapiro looks like, and even I would be like, even I was like, who is this supposed to be? I don't think the average person would be able to get that. That's what they're doing a parody of. So, yeah, they're, breaking into the iron. Why? Don't know. Doesn't matter. And I'll go through this real quick because there's not really a lot to say. One thing I do kind of hate is in some of these panels, they only leave one eye visible and they have the lenses marked out. But when they do it with one eye, it looks really weird. So you do see that she's always on the phone, and she makes comments like, come on, you could do this. Just remember, desperation is problematic and fear is unsustainable. Now move. Your country and your 4 million Twitter followers are counting on you. And that's when she busts in on Ben Shapiro and they shoot dreidels at her. Okay, so she swings out of the building and then doubles back and drops a bus on him. So she's on the building, and she's back in the building, and then something happens to knock her out of the building, and she hits, I guess, the cement. I think this is only drawn this way to do the typical, arch back woman sticking out the boobs, and she passes out, and she's now in a debate. Yeah. Now she's got podium set up, which is funny if you look at this. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Charlie Kirk, follower of What's the Point USA, and on behalf of the Shy Guys, and I see Shy Guy. Anyway, it's funny how they take some of the names of things and use parody names, but they still call Ben Shapiro by his name. It's parody, even though you can't tell this is Ben Shapiro. And this is Tommy Lauren, which is really bad. Like I said, some of the art on this is like someone posted their stuff to Tumblr. I guess it's okay for a parody book, but then the rest of the issue turns into what a person who would imagine someone on the left making a post where they argue with a straw man. The only thing it's missing is, and everyone clapped. And it turns out to all be just a dream. And I thought this was a one-shot, but apparently there is another issue coming out January of 2020. So yeah, in a couple months there's going to be another issue. I'm not really sure it ended on a cliffhanger. But it looks like it may have all been a dream, but maybe it wasn't. She thought it was all a dream. I'm not sure. You see, it looks like it tries to be parody. It tries to be satire, but it doesn't do either one. It starts out, this first page, you think it's going to mock her, and it kind of subtly tries mocking her, but it's hard to mock your protagonist, so they make the antagonist even worse into a really bad Jewish stereotype that is breaking into the IRS server room for no reason, only to have a debate with her, and I don't know. It's not funny. It's not satire. It's not good. Um, and if it was either way, if it was, praising her or mocking her, as long as it's done well, I'm okay with it. Even like I said, even if it's praising her, if it's done well, I would I'd be okay with it. Just make it entertaining. Is that camel toe? They just Why am I zooming in on this? Why am I didn't notice that what that's supposed to be before. Anyway, that's more interesting than the rest of this book. Um, so yeah, you see some of the other things that they're doing. Um, yeah, I don't know. And apparently, she actually appeared in uh the Donald Who Laughs #1. Uh, this is the famous Spider-Man cover, first appearance of the Punisher. That's where it says um 2020. She appears in that, and I believe it said that the next issue I think it's coming out in 2020. Anyway, I don't care. It doesn't matter. It's not good. It's not satire. It's not parody. Well, I guess technically, legally, by legal standards, it is parody. Um, is it entertaining? No. It's not funny. It's not thought provoking. It's it, it's it's bad. And it's not even like so bad it's good. It's so bad that it's just average and looks like someone's first draft that they put up on their DeviantArt page, I guess. I don't think anyone else read this. I don't know why I did. So anyway, what would I go with it? Somewhere between 5 and 6 o'clock. I'm gonna go full six. I'm gonna go full six. That's clever. That's how bad it is. I have to be a 13-year-old and make booty references. That's how bad this is. Um, so yeah, just skip this. I have a feeling you should just skip the rest of the books as well. Everything that they're putting out. Yeah, I'm making a blanket statement because if this is the quality that I can expect, I figured from what I was seeing with the Trump's Titans or whatever, I figured it would kind of rag on her. And it starts out doing that, but the whole followers thing maybe a little bit subtle, but it's not clever and it's just not good. So trash this. You know, some people like to tear books up. Some people like to set them on fire. I've actually torn books up, but that's always been why I've been really angry, and this isn't worth it. Um, and it's I don't like destroying literature. I really don't. But sometimes I get so ticked that I do, and I don't know how I talked for 18 minutes on this because this is bad. It's really bad. Um, and then they have a Yang ad on the back, so which is I don't know. I really don't know what they're doing with this. Um, Human-centered capitalism. So yeah, parody, praising. It doesn't really do it either way. So let's skip this. It's not good. You know, I'm not even going to bother with the other books. So anyway, as always, thanks for watching. Trying this whole new posting early in the morning to try and get back on schedule. And I figured I had this from last week. Good morning. See what I had to deal with. So, anyway, as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.